Oh, what is up, Gamer Jeffro fam? Welcome to the Gamer Jeffro room tour. We're going to start from the stairwell, going down, showing you my autographed posters in part 1, and also to my comic books hanging up in that stairwell, along with my Captain Carter shield, and any action figures that are related to TV shows and movies. We'll go over those. And then we're going to make our way down to the first portion of the game room. So that will be all in this episode of the game room tour, which is part 1. There are going to be 2 parts. So the next part will be over where the big screen is, and I'll go over each and every little detail over on that side. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So let's get into it. So right here we have the stairwell going down. There's Bella. Oh, Bella, babe. Well, these are all the autographed posters and posters that I've collected over the years. My brother's gotten wrestling posters signed. That's Jack Swagger from WWE. That is actually Domino from Deadpool 2. Tony got that poster signed by Zazie Beetz. There's my Cyberpunk metal poster. Then we also have this poster signed by Lenny Poffo. My brother actually was able to work with somebody who was doing the comic book at that time and had a friend. Off to the left is my Superman vs. Batman Comic-Con poster, along with the Thor Dark World poster and the Aquaman poster. The Venom poster, and then I have my Gaming in Progress poster with my Skyrim. The Thor the Dark World poster is signed by Sif, just so you guys are aware. Also, too, there's my Hulk poster. That is also signed. That poster was signed by General Ross, the actor who plays him. Then that's my Batman 60s poster. That is signed by Catwoman, the actress who plays her in that 60s TV show. Then here's all my Spider-Man posters, the ones that I was able to get from the movie theaters, and my Spider-Man picture I was given by my cousin. So here is a poster signed by the whole group from Fozzy, which is Chris Jericho's band. And also for today, I saw them live and got to meet them, and I have the whole poster, the farewell tour poster, signed by them, which was really cool. Now we're going into the action figures. There's Nebula from the What If series. There's all the movie action figures, at least some of them I have, from Marvel movies and DC films. Right now I have them on one side with the Marvel. Then we have the Falcon, Captain America. It's actually wood. And then this cool Secret Empire poster, which has like a reflection. And then this is my whole like little pin collection that I have going on here, and my wrestling figure collection, like small little figurines, and kind of McDonald toys, and also too like steel figurines and things like that. But also too, I got like my Stanley pin here. I got my like fig pins here, and some of my Lego figurines are here, and things like that. So my little knickknacks shelf is right here. So right when you come down, and also too, I have like the Green Lantern's rings. So when you come down, you can see it all. So this poster is the first Ghost Rider movie signed by Nicolas Cage. My brother worked on a movie with him and was able to get this poster signed. You'll see it later on. I have a William Dafoe poster signed as well. Then this is the Street Fighter poster signed by Jean-Claude Van Damme. My brother ended up working on a movie with him as well, which was really cool. It's dated and everything, and it has my name on it, so it's pretty neat. Here's all my pin collection. There's my little figurines, Martian Manhunter and Green Arrow. Then here's more pins. Just a pin collection I've been collecting over the years. Don't have time to go over them all, but it's still a cool little set. So when people come down the stairs, they can look at these little pins that I have all collected throughout the years from Disney, and my little steel figurine collection that my mom has gotten me over the years that I added to this collection as well. Kind of still collecting these guys. But then there's my little patch from Ant-Man, the security that he was working for, or that he owned, so in the movie. That's from Ant-Man. And just more little figures like the Dune figures I have hanging up because there was a movie, and then also some more figurines from the Flash and Aquaman movies and Shazam movies, Martian Manhunter from the TV series, and then we have Bad Flash we have the Dark Flash, from the Flash movie that came out. Now here's my comics. That's my first appearance of Harley Quinn. I have the Phantom comic. The first appearance of Harley Quinn is very hard to find. I did frame it, at least what I can do as far as framing. Then I had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That is the first appearance of Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang. It is graded, so I ended up hanging that up as well. Then we have here the Doctor Strange comic I ended up purchasing already graded. I ended up hanging that with my other graded comic books. Then we have the Flash poster. It is signed by the actor. My brother got it signed by the actor that played Reverse Flash, which was really cool. He even drew like a little bolt of lightning there for the Flash, but it was a Reverse Flash. And then here is my Willem Dafoe signed Green Goblin poster from the first movie. Very cool. I love it. I love all my signed posters my brother ended up getting me. Tony works on these movies, and it's great. Then we have the DC Comics figurines that I have up here from games and movies, because this is all like the movie section of the game room. So I just ended up putting like the Justice League movie figurines and the Batman vs Superman figurines and the Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman, just all on this one wall here going down the stairs. So when people come down the stairs, they're able to see these action figures and kind of look at it. This is my signed Family Guy DVD by Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy. I get to meet him, and he's awesome. This was actually gifted to me by Gabe. This is a Superman 2 record, which was really cool, and you can't see it on the camera here, but it does have imprints of the Superman logo. Then here's my whole collection given to me by Sean of Hot Wheel cars. I had to put them somewhere because Sean got me a whole bag of them, which was awesome, and I had to put them on here. So I went ahead and said, oh, you know what, these are Batman, these are like movie themed cars, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them down here as well. And then with my little Funko Pop figures up there, those are also movie themed, so it was cool because I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put these up there because this is TV show and movie themed area, so then that way I can have them displayed. Then we have the Pop figures, little cars Kim got me, so that's really cool. I really liked those a lot. And then these are all these random cars, all themed by shows and movies. And then we had my calendar there with my Marvel sign. Here is the Captain Britain shield, which was awesome, gifted to me by my mom for Christmas. We're moving over to the other side, and there is my Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales poster, not signed, but was gifted to me by Jacob. If you don't know, it is Emo Kid, as you guys would say. Nike said that. But also, too, on the top of them, I have all the Batman vs Superman and Aquaman figures that I do have currently. I think I do have more put away, but I wasn't able to fit them all up there. Then I have the Avengers figures that I ended up putting by the side of it. Then we have here the signed Christian Bale and Heath Ledger picture that my parents ended up getting for me for my one of my birthdays, which is awesome. And below it, I ended up putting below it a piece of the film from Dark Knight Rises, which was awesome as well. I ended up getting that as a special edition from the DVD when I bought it. Then we have the Homecoming figures that I ended up getting, and then a Far From Home figure. I think Molten Man, the other ones were open that I got, but that one was closed, so I ended up hanging it with the rest of the Spider-Man movies. Then we ended up having the rest of the Avengers collection going down this wall, which was really cool. I ended up getting those at Five Below. Then these are the Guardians of the Galaxy figures from the cartoon, if you don't remember that. I ended up getting these from Five Below as well, not that expensive. Then there is Rocket and Raccoon from Infinity War and the rest of the Avengers collection. Then there's my Black Panther book bag I got from Disney the last time we went, which was really cool. So here's the full display of the stairwell when you come down. Now we're going to move over to the Ninja Turtle wall and the rest of the comic wall here. It is all 60s. It's kind of still bleeding into the theme of TV and movie. It's the 60s Batman, the old 60s, 70s cartoon action figures. A lot of these figures were released by McFarlane Toys. Ended up getting them at Walmart. Then the other ones are the old multiverse figures that were released back in, I think, the early 2010s or late 2010s I ended up getting. Then we have the old movies like Batman Forever and the 60s Batman show. I ended up putting on this wall as well, next to the Star Wars movie figures. Not the retro ones, these are the non-retro ones, but then we have the Titans, the Teen Titans comics and things like that I ended up getting. But these are the Star Wars movie figures that are kind of retro but not by Kenyer. Now the retro, we're going to look at that later. I have a retro wall or a retro area for the Star Wars figures. This is all a Ninja Turtle themed wall coming up next, and here's all the BST Ninja Turtle figures that we ended up getting. I'll be honest, this collection has actually been one of the more difficult collections to get. The Ninja Turtle BST collection has been tricky to find all of these figures, but I ended up completing this collection as far as the Turtles are concerned. I'm still looking for Shredder and some other ones, but this is the whole wall of the Ninja Turtles. I'm still working on this wall, so there is some blank space there still. Then this is a Iron Man 3 poster, again signed by one of the actresses from the movie. She played one of the henchmen, so I don't know her name, but Tony ended up working with her, and there's me in a reflection. Moving on, we have the Spider-Man figures, the gallery figures. These are all like the big Funko Pop figures, my Deadpool, Marvel Legends, big figurine, and then we have the Stan Lee cubbyhole with Captain America. This is a very important one because this is all the Stan Lee bobbleheads, figures that I own, at least for the most part, and pop figures that I've collected through the years. But then also, too, I ended up putting my Captain America statue there that Kim got me, and just made a Stan Lee Captain America collage there in that cubbyhole. Then we have the Spider-Man cubbyhole with another thing that Sean got me, was that Stan Lee little figure right there, but I ended up putting it in the Spider-Man cubbyhole. And then we have the Ninja Turtle cubbyhole with all the Ninja Turtle figures that are currently open, because not all the figures I've collected have actually been closed, but I went ahead and did a cubbyhole for the Ninja Turtles. Then that is a cubbyhole of the Hot Toy figure that you guys saw in the short of Spider-Man Miles Morales in the 2020 suit from the game. Then these are the knickknacks I got from the Change Machines by Magneto that Mom got me for Christmas, along with that Deadpool Marvel Legends figure that my mom got me for Christmas as well. All of these have been gifted to me for like birthdays and Christmas, which was cool. Then this is my graphic novel area with the Transformers globe that my mom got me, and then just a numerous amount of graphic novels that I have, like the Assassin's Creed, Walking Dead, Mass Effect, and many more. Just look at this. We got the Bible comic that I'm going to be reading on the channel as well, along with The Last Ronin, and so many other great graphic novels that we have here. Old Spider-Man 60s graphic novel and volume, everything like that, with the Wolverine globe there. There is my Horizon plushies that I have on my beanbag chair that I store on that side there whenever somebody just wants to sit, along with my Batman popcorn bucket and a welcome sign my mom got me that looks like Bella. Yep, my Horizon Zero Dawn plushies, which were awesome. I ended up getting those off of the PlayStation Store and some of them off of Amazon. There's my collection of magazines, my previews magazines that I got from comic book shops, along with The Mandalorian, Star Wars, of Moff Gideon. And then we're going to this statue here of Human Torch. It's a Human Torch statue that my brother got me for Christmas one year, which is really cool. I ended up just putting it there in that cubbyhole, along with my Iron Man figure that I found at Goodwill. Then we have the Lord of the Rings and God of War cubbyhole, which is awesome. Kind of the fantasy cubbyhole, because I got some Dragon's Dogma there as well, along with some Dragon Age stuff. Then we have the Star Wars cubbyhole. Well, it's kind of space because I also got Captain Marvel figures there and Thor figures there, so it's pretty cool. And then I have some more graphic novels like the Ultimates and Batman, along with my Yoda figure that talks and moves that my mom got me for Christmas, which was really cool. So that is the area of this room. That is my little cubby holes that I have sitting here behind my computer desk. So it's really cool because people can come in. It's got lights and stuff on it as well. I really loved it. I ended up getting those off of Amazon. Now we're moving over to my Star Wars retro figure wall that I've ended up collecting. All these retro figures, getting them on sale, going and just trying to find as many of these guys as I can, which is really cool, and it's fun as well to do it. These are all the Star Wars retro figures from Kinyer, which is awesome, and I really like them. The whole tower is just these retro figures. I love the Kinyer retro figures, so that's why I've been collecting them. Then I started doing the anniversary figures that I found at Walmart. I didn't actually know these existed until I saw them at Walmart and just started collecting them by Hasbro. They are so cool. I'm still missing like 2 more, but I've been finding them on eBay, trying to get them. I ended up just getting 1 off of eBay. The rest of them I ended up getting myself. So very cool set, very cool collection. Now we're going to move on to the rest of the room after I'm showing you guys this whole pillar that I just filled up with my Star Wars guys. And I'm just going to show you a wide shot again with the beanbag there. Next is the Spider-Man wall. These are all the Spider-Man figures that have currently come out from the animated series. So this whole wall is from the animated series and the animated movies across the Spider-Verse and the new Spider-Verse films. So I ended up just dedicating a whole wall to these figures because there were just so many and I thought it would be cool, but I ended up having to work around this plug, but it's fine, it's all good. And then I ended up just putting this picture up there and putting all my Spider-Man figures from the movies and the animated series and the other animated films like the Spider-Verse films and things like that. And I put them all around with a Spider-Man picture that I ended up winning from my comic book shop. So this picture has been with me for quite a while. It used to be over at my parents. When we moved in to this house, I ended up getting it from my parents' house and bringing it over here because I didn't have enough room at my old game room. But there's just so many of these Spider-Man figures, I ended up having to put them on the side of the wall as well. So I'm still kind of collecting this series, but it is a cool series to collect. I just got that Chameleon figure, but it is still a cool series to collect, and I love collecting it. Next, we have Bella's water bowls and the X-Men wall. So the X-Men wall is on the other side of the Spider-Man wall, and it's all the X-Men and Stan Lee figures that I've collected so far from the animated series. And then when 97 came out with their figures, I ended up getting those guys as well and needed to put them somewhere, so I ended up making a X-Men wall. And I just ended up putting Stan Lee's figures there because I think it works perfectly because Stan Lee and X-Men just go great together along with Spider-Man. So I ended up putting my Hot Toy figure of Stan Lee on the X-Men wall as well. Sean got me those Hot Wheel figures of the Blackbirds, which is awesome. And then there's some more X-Men figures. Sean got me this monkey picture, which is cool, and it kind of definitely goes with the vibe of the game room. And then there's my signed picture of Stan Lee and my backpack I got from Wolverine and Deadpool. And the Stan Lee poster was actually given to me by my parents for my birthday, and Sean just ended up bringing that monkey picture in for me as a gift. Now we're on to the wall that you guys see on the stream. This is my Spider-Man picture that I actually got from New York City. A guy on one of the streets actually painted that for me years ago, and it was just really cool. I had to get it framed. I been wanting to hang it up. And then we also have the wrestling figures and my Love Wins with the cross that I actually painted myself at church. And then we have the Killer Bees signed picture that my brother did, along with the Jeff Jarrett signed figure that I ended up getting from Slackers, which is a store here in St. Louis. I'm not sure if Slackers is anywhere else. Then we have the Harley race figure that I have hanging up underneath it. That's kind of the figurines that I wanted to hang for the rest of the figures. Then I made room up here above the wrestling wall for the rest of the wrestling figures that I have closed, like my Penta figure, and I wanted to do the Brody Lee figures because, you know, Brody Lee is a legend, so I wanted to add him to the wrestling wall for sure, along with my Street Fighter themed AEW figures, my Bret Hart classic figure, my WrestleMania Undertaker figure, my Brock Lesnar Beats the Streak figure, which I wanted to add to this wall as well. And then these are signed posters by so many wrestlers, I can't even name them here. My brother and I ended up going to these WrestleManias and getting every single one of these posters signed by all the wrestlers that we could at the event where they were all signing, which was awesome. $85 got me all those wrestlers. Then I have my signed Mr. Kennedy figure that I ended up getting from Slackers as well, which was really cool. And then Sean and my brother ended up getting me the Ninja Turtle wrestling figure. Sean got me 2 of them, which was Roddy Piper and Sting, and my brother got me Ultimate Warrior. Then that's my Spider-Man lamp, which I wanted to put here, but it's not wrestling themed, of course. The rest of this is wrestling themed, which there's a Ninja Turtle wrestling themed figures as well as the Stone Cold Steve Austin Cardinals bobblehead, which is really cool. Then that's my Lego Horizon set. I just didn't have any place to put it currently. I might build it along with my controller stand and my retro game setup. So not all these systems are retro, but I decided to put the systems that are kind of sort of retro and also retro on my 52-inch HD 4K TV. On the side here we have all the handheld game systems along with my Spider-Man PS4 and the old PS4 VR. So that's my whole setup on my 55-inch TV that I end up having with the retro games, and some of the handhelds are plugged into the TV as well that you can play on that 55-inch. Then I have my little Funko themed plushies, and then I also bought these controllers off Amazon. They are wireless controllers for the Super Nintendo and NES, and then I have my little Funko Pop figures and just more knickknacks that I got laying around the game room that you'll see throughout this video. Next we have the old school Marvel Legends figures. They're done like the old 80s figures by Kinyer, and they're really cool, like 70s and 80s figures. They're really cool. Also too, look at my Pez dispenser collection that I have. Some of these I bought in the store, and then some of these are from the Marvel Legend boxes that I used to open up. Then we have the button beaters signs that made me, that you guys see on the streams. We love Jeffro, and there's some more of the Marvel Legends Kinyer collection, which I filled up on the back wall behind the TV, and what you guys see on the streams. There's so many back here. I just kind of just filled in the wall, and there's Spider-Man down there. But I thought it was a cool collection, so I'm just showing you guys. I'm trying to get behind the TV as well. Also too, the button beaters and the Pez dispenser collection on that wall. There's my Horizon Zero Dawn pop figures and my collector's edition sculpture that I have up there, next to my Aloy statue and Harley Quinn bobblehead. Next we have Rescue, Ghost Rider, and also too some pop figure movie collector's editions. Then we have the Cardinals bobblehead set, which is cool, the Batman ones and the Cardinal bird bobbleheads from Back to the Future, and Sean got me that big Grogu pop figure. Next we have the custom made pop figure along with my Aloy and my Lara Croft pop figure, along with the PlayStation logo sign. Here's the opened figure cubby hole, which I display all the figures, and then I have pop figures behind them, but it is the What If figures and a few others. Same down here with this cubby hole. I got the pop figure behind them, and then I just displayed like different Wolverine figures. I recently just got this my last birthday. It's the Spider-Man helmet, and I got the Scroll pop figure behind there, and I got my Spider-Man dog tag. Then we have Kronk there, and then we have the Halo cubbyhole with the Halo statue and the Halo figure. Then we have the Fallout Nuke along with X-Men figures from 97 series along with the Pop figure. So there you go, there's the cubby holes. Next we're going to go on to the Marvel Legend wall. This is different varieties of Marvel Legends. I tried to keep them equal to what the Marvel Legend series was based on, like Spider-Man, Venom, things like that, Disney Plus series. Also too, like Black Widow, like right there, Red Guardian and Taskmaster, along with Deadpool and the What If series. There's Silver Surfer. I have Gwenpool right there, cool figure, great pickup. And then we have right there Thor Love and Thunder, which here's the rest of them. Eli picked me up that one, and he picked me up a couple of them. I think he picked me up that one, which was Valkyrie, and I think he picked me up, let me get a better look here. We got Groot, we got all these other ones, and he picked me up Star-Lord down there. So that is that one, and then we have another wall with the Marvel Disney Plus figurines, which are Loki and all the guys from Loki is up there, along with Miss Marvel and Moon Knight and the other ones. So that is the Marvel Legends wall, and we're moving over to my actual setup. Here's my actual setup. We have the 32-inch curved monitor, which is 4K 60, and then we have all the game systems. This is where I actually film when you guys see me on stream, so you guys are actually seeing the behind-the-scenes setup. It's a little messy, but that is exactly the setup. There's my gaming chair. It's Destiny themed. And then we have the projector up there along with the VR2 headset. There's my bags and everything like that. My Spider-Man carpet is down there and everything like that. So now you guys get to see what Gamer Jeffro looks like behind the scenes. And there is the whole setup from a different angle. And that is exactly what you guys are seeing on the stream, but you guys don't see it this way. So this is the whole setup. This is exactly the size of the room, and there's my little couch where Bella sleeps whenever I'm streaming. We got the Volt Tech pillow there, along with the Justice League pillow. There's the whole outlook of exactly what this downstairs portion looks like. And then next time on part 2, we're going to do the other side. Well, that does it for the Gamer Jeffro Game Room Tour Part 1. You guys got to see the stairway down to the basement, and then you guys also got to see what it looks like behind the scenes where I'm at right now during my streams and my edits and everything when I'm filming. And also too, you guys got to see all the cubby holes. You guys got to see more of behind here, and you guys got to see the retro game setup, and also too, you guys got to see the Spider-Man wall and X-Men wall. And there's much more, guys, right in front of me. You also got to see the Ninja Turtle wall as well, along with my autographed posters and kind of history of where they came from. What is right in front of me is the couch, the 125-inch screen, and many more figures to go over and to show you guys. Also too, my Jesus wall is over there, so it's really cool. And then we also have more movie posters that we're going to be showing off in the next episode of the Gamer Jeffro Game Room Tour. So we are going to do part 2 in a couple of weeks, so don't miss that. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, Gamer Jeffro is out. Till next time, see ya and God bless. Yeah.